Well, folks, it's my first time driving the Hyundai IONIQ 5. Starting this trip with 199 miles. It's a 34-mile trip to my accountant to see how much I owe the IRS. Immediate impressions, this thing is so nice. And I don't know if it's an SUV or a car, and it also doesn't really matter. The ride height's right in between a Model 3 and a Model Y. It's just such a beautiful car to be in. I guess some people, I put a post out on Instagram, some people were a little thrown off by the exterior of it. I personally love it. It's a retro look. It has all the room in the world, and these materials are something that I didn't know Hyundai was capable of producing. Now, with that said, this is a $55,900 car as tested. We'll take a look at some exterior shots, but what a great car they've built. Also, this is the first in a series of videos I'm doing on this car. I have lots of comparisons and tests coming up, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. 198 miles right now. We're gonna see how much mileage is left once I'm at my destination. 18-mile journey, so we'll see if the math adds up at the end. Ride quality is great, and this does have 20-inch wheels on it. The ride's a little floaty, but again, that's good. It's comfortable. This is not a performance car. It's a comfortable, nice ride to it. Also, on the ceiling, the sunroof has a retraction mechanism where it meets in the middle. I think that's really well done. The steering wheel's really unique. It's kind of a flat bottom to it, but almost appears to be floating. There's a little drive selector mode button here where you click, puts you into sport, normal, or eco. We're gonna go into eco right now. Actually, sorry, we'll go into normal to keep that mileage consistent. But again, like other cars show, when you change the drive mode, it changes how much range you have. So in sport mode, we have 193. In eco, we have 204. And in normal mode, we have 198. Man, just such a unique car. It's so exciting. This is all a touchscreen. We'll go through that in a separate video. Visibility is nice. There's a heads-up display, which you can aim and adjust depending on how tall you are. Be able to adjust that. It shows the speed limit. It shows how fast I'm going. That's a really nice touch. Now, the question I've been asked a million times is, would you get this over the Model Y? I will answer that in a separate video because I need to drive this more. I got in this thing and I was just so excited to drive around in it. Very excited to do all the testing. Have my heated seat on. It has heated and ventilated seats, which is very nice. And then also this space up here, kind of minivan-esque, but this isn't a minivan. So I'm not mad about it. It's great. I like having all this space here. Cool little feature here when you put the turn signal on. Brings up that little bubble, giving you a look in your blind spot. Nice feature. Another thing to note, you'll notice these little paddle shifters here. So this one says plus, this one says minus. When you hit the minus button, it turns off the regenerative braking. When you hit the plus button, it puts it back on. It does have a start button, and here's a look at all the other buttons. I actually like that the car has buttons, and then it also has this LED panel, which is nice. So as you can imagine, on my journey, I've passed several Tesla Model Ys. They're avoiding eye contact. They're afraid they're gonna like it, folks. That's the reality. That's the reality you gotta face in life. You might buy something, and you see something you may like more, and that's life. Another feature I just discovered here, there's a wireless charging pad right here. So you set your phone down, you'll see that come on, and the phone begins to charge. So that's pretty cool. It has a Bose sound system with purple ambient lighting. I'm gonna be doing a nighttime features video on the IONIQ 5, so I'll show you all the nighttime features. Andrew will be filming that, so the quality is, you know. Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Those are my initial impressions so far. Let's go see what I owe the IRS. Not looking forward to this. All right, so we did our 18-mile trip, left with 199 miles, and look at that, 182 miles left. So the displayed mileage was almost identical to the actual mileage we drove. Now, Tesla seems to really struggle with this. I don't know why, but this car and most other cars outside of Tesla are very good at being accurate with that. This car is rated at a 256-mile range, which I think is pretty good. And again, you know, you can talk about the Tesla charging network. If you know you're not going to do road trips in this car, this is going to be a city car, you're going to keep it within a 300-mile radius, then I think you can equally compare it to Tesla. If it's going to be your only car and you're going to be taking road trips, that's where I think you should lean to Tesla because of their charging network. That's it. Doesn't matter if you buy a Tesla or a Hyundai. To me, I'm just trying to give you fair information. So yeah, let's take a look. Quick shot of the rear of the car. Look at these handles, they present themselves. Beautiful. Also, sorry to interrupt the video, but this video is sponsored by Into the AM. Go to intotheam.com. Look at this thing they sent me. This thing is nice. Little windbreaker. Go to intotheam.com, use code Gjeebs. We'll save you 10% off of your order. They've been a sponsor of the channel for a while now. I really like their clothing. They're fairly priced. Look, you're gonna get t-shirts, you're gonna buy jackets, you're gonna buy things. Why not go to intotheam.com, try their stuff. Their basic tees are extremely comfortable. This is a nice light windbreaker, has some nice light black camo to it. I really enjoy it. So go to intotheam.com, use code Gjeebs, it'll save you 10% off. It supports the channel. They've been a sponsor for a while now. Thank you Into the AM for sponsoring the channel. Favorite feature, you probably would never have guessed this, my favorite feature is this vent right here. It's so nice that you're able to control this up, down, side to side, and you don't just have these stupid vents here that just get your kneecaps cold. So I think that's like a luxury feature. Also, look at the space. I'm 6 feet tall. This seat is adjusted to how I'd want to sit. Look at this. I mean, there's so much space. And then on top of that, there's a full trunk. This car is great. And the materials that they used, so nice. Like, these are really plush, comfortable leather. And there's big, long arms here, so you can just kind of relax back here. Sunshades. There's this mesh on the backs of the seats. There's this full panoramic glass sunroof, which does close. Take a look at that. So you can block out all of the sun. That's amazing. They just did an incredible job. At the same time, they had to, because this car costs $55,900. This specific one, they start at $43,000 and then they work their way up. This is the all-wheel drive model. Bose sound system, I mean, it's just really well done. I can't say enough good about it. Some other cool features, just the animations that are on this screen. It's pretty legit. This is a good feature too, like if you don't want to hit a curb or something's in front of you, tight parking space, side angles, so if you see curbs there. There's serious technology in this car, and this touch screen is really responsive, as you can see. Alright, we have the car in sport mode. I can tell you that the regen and obviously the throttle response is sharper. The regen's more aggressive, the throttle is more aggressive, everything is more precise. So let's see how this thing is. Also, I have a device that I can do an accurate 0 to 60 measurement on it. It's a Draggy. I have connects to satellites, whatever. So I will be measuring that in a future video to see what the differences are between the different drive modes. I'm in sport mode. It's still not like, it's fast, okay? But in comparison to other electric cars that I've driven, the Mach-E GT, the Tesla Model Y Performance, even the long-range Model Y, it's not as shocking as those are. It's still fast though. Those are like performance-oriented cars. This is not. This, if they create an N variant of this, so if you're not familiar with Hyundai, Albert Biermann took over their N division. He was the head of BMW's M division. So that's why their performance division has just gone through the roof. The cars, their N division is incredible. I've driven the Veloster N. The Kona ends here, the Elantra ends here. If they create an N version of this, that would be the car that I would consider replacing the Y with, or if I don't replace the Y, get it alongside of it, because I think that will be a lot of fun to drive. Okay, actually from a dig, that thing goes pretty hard. It's smooth, it doesn't jerk you back, but it gives you a really nice amount of performance. I'm pretty sure the 0 to 60 time's right around the 5-second mark, but honestly, it's like most of the people buying this car don't really care about that. It's a secondary or third. That's something you may not even think about. So those are my initial thoughts. I'm gonna go into a much deeper review here over the next few videos, but I just like to give my initial reaction and everything to the car. Very spacious, very comfortable. I think it looks awesome, but everyone has their own opinion on how looks go. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I wanted to give my thoughts on the car initially. Very spacious, it's quick, has a great infotainment system, great technology. It's comfortable, rides nicely, and I think it looks great. Now looks will be different for everyone, but that's up to you. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these next upcoming videos on the IONIQ 5. I'll be doing some comparisons to Tesla. Hopefully I can get maybe a Mach-E and an ID4 that I can compare this to, but just trying to give you as many comparisons as possible. Let me know what questions you have about it in the comments below. I'll get back to as many of you as possible. And we will see you next time. Thank you.